Andre Nickatina, chilling with Thizzler.com. Make sure you subscribe below. Running around with Coog Nut, RBL, and at the time, Totally Insane. They all had the same manager. And mind you, they all from different neighborhoods too. Coog Nut is from Lakeview, I'm from Fillmore, RBL is from HP, and Totally Insane was from East Palo Alto. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. And at the time, I think East Palo Alto was like murder capital of California or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So the manager that ran all those three, I ended up conversating with him and saying, hey, is it possible for you to help me out too? Now, but I didn't sign nothing on paper. And his name was Tony Jackson. He said, yeah, Dre. And he took me over to In a Minute and, you know, got me a contract over with In a Minute, just like he had got with all those other groups and things of that nature. And I'm glad I was on In a Minute for the reason of learning about what a record label will do to you and how they will control the music and control how you'll put your album out and stuff. I'm glad I was on a smaller label than being on a major label, you know what I'm saying? Because I learned that a label ain't for me, you know? I'm not really good with somebody saying that this ain't the song we want to use, or this ain't good enough, or I'm not really good with that, you know? So in order for me not to hear that, let me just go try to put it out myself, you know? And then I can argue with myself about, that was weak as fuck, nigga. You gotta roll with the formula that works for you. And if the formula of a record label is showing artists that, hey, from our formula, we make stars. From our formula, we make millionaires. You can't be mad at somebody saying, hey, I'm the next person that should be over there being that famous millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But I guess what those artists don't know is, it's maybe 1,000 motherfuckers that didn't work. You dig what I'm saying? And they only see what the star is doing. They're not hearing the word of the person maybe selling 120,000 CDs, or, you know, because the label will only concentrate on the person that's making the most money for them, which they should. You know what I'm saying? You making big money for us, we gonna get behind you. We at the shows, we making sure the shows is bigger, we making sure the money is bigger, we making blah, blah, blah. If you gonna stay mediocre, then they gonna stay mediocre with you. You know? You gotta get, I guess, once you sign on a record label, it's like you gotta go to war. Like you gotta have your manager fight for a budget for a tour. You know what I'm saying? And once the manager and the artist understand that, like, yo, we got to get out here and make more money for this label, that's when the label is like, boom, they pushing, let's get behind them. And sometimes it just works like that. To keep it simple, just keep your store open, man. Just keep your store open, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you live somewhere or been somewhere where it's a store that's been there for 30 years. Just a liquor store, just there for 30 years. They keep bread stock. They keep candy there. They keep liquor for you. Keep the store open. Go from there. That's really the only formula I got for you is I just rap. And I throw the raps out, and hopefully somebody like this one, or like this one, or like that one. But as a rap cat, you got chambers, right? As a real rap cat, you got chambers, right? Because it's just not about a person respecting you because of the music. As a rap cat or as an artist, somebody can respect you because of an interview. Somebody can respect you because you in the community. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta like your music, but they respect that they know what you do and you handled this. Maybe you impressed them like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a rap cat can go from the butter to the gutter. He can be down there in the gutter in the hood, rolling up to a liquor store, getting some Hennessy in a new Benz or something, and bounce where he gotta go. Or he can do that same shit up with a wealthy person, maybe a girlfriend or something, boom, 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 and still be wearing that same Adidas suit that he was wearing down in the gutter. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, when it comes to the shit of what's going on, you just gotta be a rap cat, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to be. I just try to remain on a steady rap cat level when it comes to the situation of what I'm doing, God. An assortment of producers, but there was a cat named Mark V who did the Killa Whale, what you talking about, the Killa Whale, and then you got Nick Peace who, yeah, we would listen to different sounds and we would hear certain things. So that's where the bagpipes and Irish type sounds came from. And I don't know if I would call them unorthodox. I guess at the time when you're in the studio and you hear something, as a rap cat, your brain just lock in on certain beats. Now, it done been some beats, right? It done been some beats out there, right? That certain producers gave to me, and I turned down, and I hear another motherfucker on them, and they rock that shit. Like, goddamn, I'm kind of mad I turned that down type shit. So, as a rap cat, sometimes your brain lock into certain sounds when you in the studio. So, me and Nick would play with a lot of things, and that's where like bagpipes and violins and certain things of that nature would come, because we would try a lot of things in the studio, you know what I'm saying? So, but then I started really like getting more into more 808 and bass type shit, where I didn't really want samples and things of that nature. So it changed up a little bit. Mark V he made Situation Critical too. I had a song called Situation Critical on my second album, Hate You With a Passion. And he made that, and he made a couple of more beats on my second album. Shit, my nigga, the same way I said about the smoke dope and rap. Like, you just lock in with a beat, God. You just lock in with a beat, man. And once a rapper can ride a beat, it's a real fun thing. Once a rap cat can find like the flow of a beat, it turns fun. You dig? And the Killa Whale situation was one of those days where he let me hear beats, and that was the one. You know what I'm saying? Now, we added the Killa Whale stuff later. He didn't bring it to the table. It was just like the situation of a homeboy sitting in the studio. We got a little bit more time in here. What can we do to spice this up? You know what I'm saying? Now, the chorus was already there to be said. We add the whale sounds to it. It brings it a little bit more of, you know, what the fuck, and boom, and that's what it was. Just a little bit more spice. Not too much oregano, but boom, and then knock it out like that, right? At first, it was a band, because like I said, with Nick, we would have different people come in that would play instruments. So it was more of a band feel. Now, when I would usually do it, and why, is because it would be a beat that I couldn't find the flow to, but I still wanted to put it out. You dig? So it would be a reason, not a super reason, but San Quinn. San Quinn was like one of my go-tos when I couldn't find the flow or something, and it just had to have somebody on there. And I would call San Quinn, and boom, I hit him up, and he'll come through, only be there for about no more than 30 minutes. Boom, knock that shit out and be gone. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? That's how he did for Ayo. He was only in there for he couldn't have been in there for no more than 20 minutes, dog. And bust 3 verses and got the fuck up out of there. Didn't even think about the shit. You dig? So, certain things that you might hear, I couldn't find the flow to. And then as I'm listening to him, I go, ooh, boom, this would be a good title for this. Like, boom, this would be a good title. Like, I like this beat. So, and at a time, I can't remember, Vallejo Filmo beat. That's really Dread pass at that time. So it was just like a beat I couldn't rap on, but I just wanted to give him my respect and go boom. So, you know, sometimes I can't rap over certain beats I want to, so I gotta let them go. Nick Peace was somebody coming around shows that I would do and try to give me tapes of his beats. So you know I'm going back far because I said this motherfucker was giving me tapes. And he would give me tapes and I wouldn't listen until he gave me, you know, he was persistent. And he gave me one and I popped it in and I heard a beat that I liked. And then I hit him up and he said he had more. And I went over to his spot and I never stopped going to his spot after that. And just like boom, 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 we started knocking them out after that. You know, so we had a good thing going. We had a good rap cat producer thing going. So yeah, Nick is a fly, cool dude. You grow apart in any situation, right? But if you walk away with respect, that's a flower, you dig? So me and Nick walked away with respect of boom. So of course we're still cool, but do I call him or talk to him? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Are we cool? Fuck yeah. But you know, I'm not really a person that's gonna be calling back saying, hey, how you doing? And I'm just not doing that, you know. If I see you at Wingstop or some shit, I'll say what's up, but I'm not gonna be fucking calling the motherfucker going, hey, how you doing? So, but all respect out to Nick Peace.